I want that title, I want everything, and I am coming for it. I am coming for you, Roman Reigns.
Let's talk today about Cody, Roman, and The Rock. So The Rock had the segment on SmackDown, we all know about it. It's like the most downvoted, disliked video of all time on WWE's YouTube channel. Hashtag wewantcody is trending all through the weekend. It's getting a little crazy. It's got me wondering though, and we were just doing this after Monday Night Raw. It's got me wondering about WrestleMania and what's going to happen, and particularly with the press conference coming up on Thursday. So they're doing the WrestleMania thing, the press conference, Triple H is there. They're going to have Triple H, they're going to have The Rock, Cody, and others there for the WrestleMania deal and talking about it. The SmackDown show, Cody said he wants that belt. He wants that title. That's the Bruno belt. That's his dad's belt. He wants that one. He's coming for Roman Reigns. But, so then The Rock comes in and basically Cody hands him the spot. And that's how we all take it. Could very well still end up that way where it's just straight up Rock, Roman, and Cody's going to go over and fight Seth. So we were all kind of waiting, I think, to see what was going to happen on Raw. Cody comes out, Seth's in the ring, Drew then eventually comes out, but the Seth-Cody part, the fans were singing and chanting, Rocky sucks, which I haven't heard that since 1996. So that was kind of something kind of eye-opening, ear-opening about The Rock, and that, okay, fans are really not digging this. And there's talks of like, you know, it being more like a Daniel Bryan movement and all that. And I don't think it's akin to that so much. Cody is extremely over already before all of this. But I thought on Raw we were going to get Cody's explanation, or Cody saying, I'm coming for Seth. They didn't do that. They didn't give us Cody and Seth confirmed. They also and Drew is in the mix obviously too. And we saw at the end of the bull rope match that Drew is still involved. Now this could lead to a triple threat. Cody, Drew, and Seth for the title. And you either get Cody winning the world title or you get Drew winning the world title. I don't know. But it had me thinking even more now that we've come out of Monday Night Raw. It really had me thinking about the Rock segment. We know we have the press conference on Thursday. But when Rock and Roman went face to face, they put the little graphic up there for WrestleMania. But they have not said that this is the match. They haven't confirmed that this is the match. For all intents and purposes, it is the match. Because they're in the ring together, they're face to face, Cody walked away. Like, it feels like, okay, that is a WrestleMania match. But I really started to wonder if they are going to pull the trigger on it, or are they going to do something like WrestleMania 14 with Tyson, Austin, HBK? Are they going to do it where the Raw at the press conference, are they going to have Rock on one end of the table, Roman on the other end of the table, and Cody enters and they do the contract signing, but like Roman signs the contract, like, yeah, I'm going to do the match, no problem. I'll fight Rock and I'll beat him. You might get in that moment The Rock to say, you know, I thought, and this could be a way also for WWE to get out of the hole, because maybe they didn't think this was going to go this south. This could be their final chance to get out of this issue. What if it's going to be The Rock standing there and saying, Roman, I knew you would sign the contract, but The Rock never said, I'm going to face you at WrestleMania, but I'm going to be there at WrestleMania because, you know, we're coming for everything. And you could say, like, we are coming for everything and taking everything from you. And The Rock could sign off and say, you're going to get this match, or you're going to get your WrestleMania main event, and I'll be there, but I'll be the special guest referee. And then Cody's music hits, and this is all going to be live, like, with the crowd and everything too. So Cody's music could hit, and then you end up with Cody coming in. Roman's already signed the contract. Rock signs the contract, and The Rock hands the contract over to Cody, and there you go. And then Cody signs off, and you have that moment. And you have The Rock in the middle, and Cody and Roman on either side. And then Roman essentially gets baited into this match where all the odds are stacked against Roman now, finally. The Rock in this position, if this were to happen, The Rock is in the position where he's going to be able to not wrestle, so we don't have to go through a 10-minute Rock match, because he can't go. And I don't even think 3 months of prep would get Rock into ring shape. He spent like a year getting into shape to fight John Cena twice. I don't see The Rock wrestling. I just don't see it working out. So, but TKO and The Rock, who's the board member, the head of everything now, pseudo Vince McMahon, I guess, The Rock still can be there at WrestleMania 40. Do the match where he's special guest referee / enforcer, like Mike Tyson was. The whole build of WrestleMania 14, yes, it was the crowning of Austin to the top, to be the guy. HBK was on his way out, but it was Tyson and Austin. It was that dynamic. And Mike Tyson was the huge focal point. They might try to recreate that again, but this time The Rock is the referee. And if you do that, TKO wins, in my opinion, because they get The Rock. They get The Rock in the main event of WrestleMania. The Rock wins because all the publicity, and he doesn't have to wrestle, but he can get physically involved. You get Cody in his main event match, and Roman Reigns loses, because that's the plan. So then, if you do that, The Rock is the referee and can take out Jimmy and Solo, because I assume that Jimmy and Solo are going to try to interfere. And you could also have like the rest. You could have Rikishi ringside. You could have other people in the family ringside to watch. The Rock's mom could be ringside. So you get all these people involved in there, because they're going to watch this whole thing unfold. And then that way, you're going to get the big family moment. And you could have Jimmy and Solo try to do the standard interference that they always do. But now The Rock is there as either ref or enforcer. Rock bottom gets rid of those guys. He takes out everybody, and it makes it clean one-on-one match. And The Rock does it clean in the ring. He doesn't screw anybody over. He just counts to 3. Then you're going to get Cody to actually win the match fair, and you end up with The Rock raising Cody's hand at the end of the night. Because if you're going to do The Rock and Roman at WrestleMania for the title, and again, it's very possible they are going to do this, and then Roman would win, that fight doesn't need the belt, in my opinion. It's never needed the title. It's never been about the title. That story has always been about head of the table. It's been about who is the tribal chief, who runs the family, who provides for the family. It's never been about the belt. So to keep it that way, you have it be the Cody Roman match with the ref as Rock. And again, TKO wins because they get The Rock there, they get all the publicity, everything in Philadelphia for WrestleMania. But by having The Rock there and Roman lose, and Roman's going to go on a crazy part-time schedule, where he's going to fight like 4 to 6 times a year. He's going to be even less than what we have. So you come out of WrestleMania this way, and you have Roman gone until like SummerSlam. Cody's your champion, he's on SmackDown, and maybe it's Drew and Seth, and Drew is on Raw as the main champion, subbing in for CM Punk. Because you have Cody win now, triumphant over Roman Reigns, and finally finishes his story, then you turn around and you get Rock and Roman at WrestleMania 41 main event. No belt on the line. Cody at that point is fighting Gunther or CM Punk or someone for the title in one of the main events, presumably. But that way, you kind of get everything. And that's my hope here, is that we do get a little bit of a WrestleMania 14 situation at the press conference. Triple H standing there. He's got to separate all these guys. But if they don't do this, then you're ending up with what? Rock and Roman at WrestleMania Night 2 main event for the belt. Roman would win. There's no way that The Rock wins. What's the point? Unless they go back with what originally Rock wanted to do at 39, because if you watch the Pat McAfee interview, he did say like, oh, we couldn't come together on the terms and all that. It sounded like Rock wanted to win the belt. Rock doesn't need to win the belt. He's never going to be around, and that's why this whole situation is such a mess too, because Cody wants the belt. That's the point of this. The belt doesn't have to be involved in the Rock story. So if you go with the straightforward plan right now of having The Rock and Roman Night 2 main event for the belt, let's say Roman wins, what's Cody doing? Is it just as clear cut and simple that Cody is going to fight Seth and Drew in a triple threat for the belt on Raw? The problem there is, and there's a couple of issues, I think. Roman Reigns completely crapped on the belt, on the world title. He completely buried it. Now, Seth tried to recover it on Raw by saying like, oh, I got a good pop. That was a good pop. And a lot of sunshine in my eyes, by the way. It's ridiculous. But you had him saying like, oh, it's a good pop. I'm getting a good pop for this. And like, Roman buried the belt. He buried Seth. He diminished all of that. And he didn't need to do that. That's the thing. If Roman didn't do that on SmackDown and left Seth out of all of it, it might not have been as bad as it turned out to be. Like, it added to it, and it hurt it even more. Because he buried that belt as saying, like, it's a consolation belt. You're like, I won the Rumble, and now I have to go over and fight the consolation belt? Cody's better off just doing nothing and just have an exhibition match. So if you have it as a triple threat for the Raw belt, for the world title, do you have Cody win? Because after the Raw, what we just saw in the main event, it's Cody and Seth and Drew in the mix because CM Punk is now gone. And Drew versus Seth again for the world title, it's not a bad match, but I think at that point, you need Drew to like dominate Seth and break him and take the title in almost a shocking fashion because Drew is a monster and Seth is injured. But if Cody gets in there and he wins the belt and he wins the world title, what's the point? Why would Cody want to do that? He flat out said at the Rumble and he said it on SmackDown. He wants Roman, he wants that belt. So why would Cody even engage in it within storyline? Why would he even entertain this idea? And they've had teases before throughout the whole last year of like Seth in the ring, Cody comes out and gets interrupted. They've kind of teased like Cody maybe going after Seth in the world title, but they never did it. If they force this, do you really have Cody winning the belt? Fans will still pop for Cody to win, but everyone's going to be like, well, that's not the belt. And then again, that diminishes the title. If Cody wins the world title at WrestleMania, everyone goes, yay, Cody won the match and he won a belt. But immediately everyone's going to look at it and go, yeah, but that's not the belt he wanted. So it's trash. So it diminishes the belt, I think, also, the world title. Everything Seth tried to build for this last year with it, it diminishes its value. Honestly, I think if Cody wins the world title, I think it brings down the world title. It doesn't help it. And then you're going to end up with, again, if we go with WWE's straightforward plan here, Roman beats Rock. Okay, done. Now what? We just get Roman continuing his reign, beats Hogan's record, maybe beats Backlund's record or whatever. He passes the Hogan record. I think at that point, everyone is bored of it and everyone's sick of it because they're just like, you crapped on all of this. Rock is gone day after WrestleMania. So you're just back to where you started again. Are you going to do this whole thing over again? Now, if Cody doesn't, I don't know, if Cody doesn't get in the world title picture, I don't know what the heck he's doing, but that seems to be like the only option here. If Rock and Roman is the one-on-one match. Cody needs to get to Roman. If somehow, some way, Cody doesn't win any belts at WrestleMania, does he finish the story in like Madison Square Garden? And it's a full circle thing of his family, where he beats Roman in Madison Square Garden for the belt and has that moment. It's not a stadium show. And that's some of the pushback is like, he needs the WrestleMania win. You do it at SummerSlam. I still feel like it needs to be WrestleMania. But yeah, guys, comment below. What do you think is going to happen at WrestleMania? And are they going to actually fix this thing? Or Are we just going to get Rock and Roman and Cody's in a triple threat on Raw? Let me know. And if you enjoy Unfiltered, your new series, talking in the car, we go get a coffee together. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, let me know. Cheers.